I challenge you, Mr. Phelps, to do the same. I challenge you to get on YouTube and go look at all your videos where you're talking to someone else. You barely let them get the question off. I challenge your bitch of a daughter to do the same thing. Do it. Just do it. Don't leave me a nasty comment. Don't talk to me about it. 'Cause I'll tell you right now, any comment that you have will be deleted. And here's why. It's not that I am going to do the same thing that you're going to do and not listen to your argument. No. I'll listen to your argument if you send that argument via video response or via in my message box. And here's the reason why. Actually, I have a very good reason. You've already spread enough doubt, enough hopelessness, enough heartbreak. The last thing I want is my viewers to get more discouraged by reading my the comments on my video page. So, if you want to post a comment, post it to me in my mailbox. I'll read it. I'll make sure I read it. I'll comment back. I'll write you a letter too. I pay my dues. I do my dues. I'm very respectful in that manner. I'll treat you like a human being, even though you don't seem to think it's right to show that courtesy to everybody else. I'll do it to you though, even though, because I believe in karma once again. You can be as mean as you want to. I'm still gonna be nice to you because not only is it the right thing to do, it's the nice thing to do. But anyways, the point being is you're dodgy. Someone comes up to you with a good argument. You don't even let them get the rest of the question off. You just automatically like your theology is the only theology that matters. I hate to tell you this, Mr. Phelps, but I'm not a law-abiding citizen. I am gay, very pissed off at you, don't like you as it is, will shoot you on sight if we don't ever meet on neutral ground. Like if I ever just see you walking somewhere, whatever. I mean, if you and me decide to have a little press conference or something to discuss the Bible, that's fine. I'll come neutral. I won't do nothing. But just understand that I am gay, I am ghetto, I am violent, I am Jewish, I am Hebrew, I am mean, brutally honest, and I can fight. I grew up in the ghetto. Well, I didn't grow up in the ghetto, but I fucking lived in the ghetto, dude. I love the ghetto. The ghetto is my home. If I had to pick anywhere in the world to be, it would be the ghetto because that's where the weed's at, man. That's where the Mary J grows. So, it's either the ghetto or Canada. I get along better with the people in the ghetto. Just because I'm an asshole. And being an asshole that I am, and being as mean as I am, I'm not scared to drop kick you, shoot you 5 times in the head, go to court, say I did it, and sit in jail for the rest of my life. It don't bother me. And no, that's not a terroristic threat, because threatening you, with the way you've got America running and mad at you, threatening you ain't even a threat, dude. It ain't even a threat. It's an act of patriotism. All the following announcements that I have just made about the slaughtering and maiming of Fred Phelps have been in parody, aka a joking manner, and not actually going to be done, although it is and does remain true that I am a violent motherfucker who loves the shit out of some pot and would probably do those things, but can't officially say that I would do those things because I get kicked off of YouTube. So, and the last thing I need to do is get kicked off of YouTube, which is my pedestal of fuck you up theologically for Mr. Phelps. And future events from other stupid people across the world that I haven't got to yet. No. Phelps was the first on my list. He's that much of an issue. But anyways, you're dodgy. You're dodgy. That's the point. You're dodgy. You don't listen. You don't even listen to the other side of the argument. How do you know you're right if you don't even know the other side of the argument? I've got the Bible to tell me. Well, what the hell? When someone comes up to you and says your version of the Bible is chopped and screwed and tries to show you theirs, why don't you listen? Even if you don't agree with it. I don't agree with you. I've watched every single one of your videos. So I could study. So I could show myself approved a workman unto good righteousness, even though I'm not part of your faith. Why can't I do that with my faith? I don't need to be Christian to find the passages in the Bible all inspiring. Wasn't it you in one of your videos that said the human capacity is to know stuff? That's the greatest gift about being human, about being a moral being, or however you put it, is the ability to know stuff. As you put it, I would have put it more elegantly, more like intellect. We have the intellect, we have intellect, we have the power to understand, the power of reasoning, the power of logic, the power to comprehend. Of course, know stuff works too. We do have the power to know stuff, though. We do. We have the power to we have the power to reason. We do. That's our greatest ability as mankind. Now, how can you say that and then the Bible say, show thyself approved, workman under good righteousness? And it doesn't say study the scriptures to show thyself approved. No, it says study. You think God, once again, God is not an ignorant God. Your God's not an ignorant God. If he exists at all, he's not an ignorant God. He's smart. Assuming that he exists, he's not ignorant. He's smart. He knows that you're going to have to study other faiths. He knows that you're going to have to study other people. I mean, fuck, the apostles studied other people. What do you think they were doing all this time they were over there with those Gentiles? Do you think they were just preaching the gospel? No. Paul showed us an example of this. Paul went to Greece and used an altar of an unknown god, which, of course, he had learned a little bit about the culture, obviously, to do that. And what he did is he took the Greek culture and their religious background and used it against them by first disproving their religion and showing their error in their own way, and then showing them a better way that wasn't an error in his mind, and they hadn't found a way to air it. And that's the best way to do it, dude. You can't just say someone's wrong. You have to show them that they're wrong. You can't just say it. Fuck. A word's worth a dime a dozen nowadays. Fuck that. I mean, what? Study to show thyself approved, workman unto good righteousness. See, God knew that you would have to study other faiths, other religions, other people, other cultures to do this job. That's your job as a pastor. That's your job. To study that plus the Bible and find out the best way to make sense of it all. Make sense of it all and figure out how to save people from those cultures, or as you call it, save quote-unquote people from those cultures and into Christ's fold and all that other junk. Come on. Use your rationality. I mean, come on, use your common sense. Common fucking sense. Common sense. That's all it is. It's common sense. Common sense. Common sense. So you, sir, by your own Bible's definition, are a hypocrite. Are a hypocrite. Now, all that being said, I want you to know a little something else about the Bible. A little something else that probably you've already read, and some Christians have already told you. Jesus said, no man cometh unto the Father except through me. He said, no man cometh unto me unless he what was it? Pick up his cross daily. Something. No man may come after me. If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily. That doesn't mean deny yourself like, oh, I can't eat for a week, or oh, Lent, or anything like that. No, it means deny your own ability and your own saving of power. God knows you can't follow the law, dude. God knows you sin. Accept that. Accept that you are a sinner. Accept that you can't do it. Accept that you can't do it. Fall on your knees, pray to Christ as your Savior, and He'll get you to God. Now, as far as that goes, there you go. Get saved. If you're going to be Christian, get saved. And last but not least, stop the protesting. Say you're sorry. In light of all the evidence I've done given you, say you're sorry. Be a man, take the shame. I leave you with the final words of mine, which will be the same words as the great prophet Isaiah. Mr. Phelps, come, let us reason together.